Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast at the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do active magic, candle magic readings. I do the Spirit Guide Monthly live every last Friday of the month. I hope you're able to join me. I do astrology readings for love and for career, but I also do pick a card readings, and that's what I have for you today. What is coming up for you in 2022? This might be a slightly longer one because we're going to be checking multiple areas of your life. There are 4 piles and a pick a card. Piles 1 through 4. Take a moment, see which one calls out to you. Really concentrate. I ask that you don't pick my piles I always pick number 1, 2, 3, or 4. It does not marry well with my particular reading style. Take a moment, concentrate. The one that kind of stands out to you, calls out to you, almost seems like it's coming towards you. That is the message that you are most meant to receive. It is possible that more than one pile will call out to you, but it's not necessarily likely in an annual reading. Take a moment, see which one calls out to you. I will see you at the time of your reading, and Happy New Year. Hello and welcome back. If you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading. Let's get going here. We're going to be doing a 12-card spread. We're going to have 3 cards for each quarter of the year. We will expand upon that as we need to, but let's get started with some oracle cards. Pile number 1, we're going to leave your number over here. Let us see what 2022 is bringing for you at long, long last. The energy is change. Well, that's welcome. And then coffin. Well, that is the end of something. It can be hidden secrets. It can be buried things. It can, of course, be literal death. Let's hope not. Here we go. We're going to put change and coffin over there. Hopefully it's an end to the COVID times as well. Let's find out. We have openness. What you're trying to heal from the Lantern Oracle is confusion. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. Remember, don't fear change. Change is a friend. Openness is, of course, clarity, the ability to see, the ability to understand. It's also free and open exchange of energy. Flexible with unfinished symphony, and flexible is how that's likely supposed to go. All right. And we will go with galactic guidance, star family, assistance, cooperation, and then we have one more, she who rises up. This is the She Who deck. I absolutely love it. It is empower, uplift, and elevate. Okay, so first of all, right out of the gate, group number 1, one of the things that you need to be aware of is that openness with your gifts, with your abilities, we're all going to be called upon to rely upon each other as much as we can throughout the coming year, meaning that we're going to have a better sense of community and family, I believe, with that galactic guidance. This is among the healers. I do have almost exclusively healers, psychics, empaths in my collective. Like energy has a tendency to attract like energy. You're likely a light worker, a light warrior, a light commander, or you may be a starseed, and are all those things the same thing? Sort of, but also no. So everyone has their own role to play, and yours is apparently in this unfinished symphony. There will be a change around that. Hopefully there will be an end of confusion. Let's start with 3 cards for the first part of the year. Let's go 1 and 2 and 3. What's coming up for group number 1 in 2022? All right, let's find out what January, February, and March have in store for you. Ace of Cups, good. New beginnings, happiness, emotional fulfillment. That's good. I have the Death card. That's the Scorpio card, but remember that is a transformational energy as well. It can be closure. It can be endings. It can be can be a new relationship with a Scorpio, quite frankly, but it can also be a relationship returning to you. And in fact, I have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. A new cycle begins. Let's go here for a moment because here's what I think. I think the year is going to start out a little bit slowly for you as you wait for things to change. The Death card is, of course, that energy of being in a place where you're welcoming alteration. Sometimes we get to a point where the only way for things to ever get better is to embrace change. And that is what it looks like here. We have an openness to change. She who rises up. Everything that's held you back, particularly within the last couple of years, because you've been flexible in your expectations, there's been some things with this Coffin card that you've had to let go of, and the Death card suggests that as well. But you've also formed new dreams. Like, you've gotten to know yourself a lot better with this energy. Because the Death card is closing out one part of your life but moving into another. So we have a rebirth energy. This is a card for fulfillment, happiness. It is, of course, water sign energy, which is Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But, and this is a Scorpio card, please be aware, I really don't call out the astrological implications of cards because I am an empathic and an intuitive reader, and it does not marry particularly well with my reading style. So let's go for April, May, and June. Let's see what we've got. These guys here. Five of Cups in reverse, where we want it. That is one of those cards that you need in reverse. We have the King of Pentacles in the upright, yay. With the Magician in the upright as well. All right, so the second quarter of the year actually looks very good. It looks like many of the things that were lost in the past with this Five of Cups energy in reverse are returning. There is security and confidence available to you with this King of Pentacles energy. I have the Magician card, which is someone who can bend reality to their will. And let's keep going here for a minute, because the Magician is, now the only thing to be aware of with the Magician is that can be somebody, if it's not you, it's someone to be aware of that they're used to getting their way. They're used to getting their way, and so they can be a chaotic good in terms of the rules that they follow. But I love it with the King of Pentacles. Again, this is going to be April, May, June. You have what looks like the beginning of a new relationship in that period. The start of the year, like you're taking care of self with that Ace of Cups energy. We had some, transitions going on yet again in the world scene, once again surrounding COVID, and things will be changing. Hopefully new cycles, hopefully that will be being, things will be resolved at long last, and we can all move towards definitive change and hopefully in some ways like reclaiming the lives that we have understood in the past. Let's go for July and August and September. There we go, July, August, September. Let's go. All right. Seven of Pentacles in the upright. That is a process card. That is a card of allowing something to take the time it needs. With the Nine of Wands in reverse, which is good, that's a card of being able to it's a card of giving up a battle. It is a card of being able to relax your boundaries. It's also a card of simply being able to relax. And then let's go for, the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man in the upright is difficult because it's a stasis energy. This suggests that there is a project that you've been working on as you move throughout the summer, that it's going to take more time. The summer looks like there's a little bit of a stall in it for you. It is going to be another opportunity for you to dig deep and look into, because you've done a lot of learning over the last 2 years. You've learned a lot of sometimes difficult lessons with this Death card, because the Death card, rebirth happens as we release former versions of ourselves. And hey, nothing about us ever really dies. When people talk about the death of the ego or releasing a former version of yourself, remember, that's still just you. That's the person who got you to where you are. Never disparage a former version of yourself. If you didn't know any better, it was difficult for you to do any better. Give yourself credit for the ways in which you have evolved, in which you have learned, in which you have grown. Do not disparage yourself. That's still you. And because we don't really understand the structure of time, we really don't understand how our inner feelings can impact our former self. Think positively of yourself, no matter what stage you were at, no matter where you were in life. Be proud of the ways that you kept trying and you kept going. Let's go for the last part of the year, October and November and December. Let's go, let's see what we've got. All right. King of Cups in reverse, Seven of Wands in the upright with the Five of Wands in the upright. Okay. Well, it is a year where there is managed change around some expectations in your life, meaning that your priorities are actually pretty good. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, now that can be a downturn in fortune. I don't believe so here. Here it is the beginning of a new cycle with this Death card and the Ace of Cups. The aces get things started. The Five of Cups in reverse in the April, May, June area. The Five of Cups in reverse is one of those cards that is improved by being in reverse. It is a Two of Cups. It is emotional fulfillment. combined with the King of Pentacles, which of course can be an earth sign, which is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but doesn't have to be. And Magician, this is a new relationship happening, or it could be a deepening of an existing relationship. This is security. This is somebody you can count upon. There's a lot of health implied when you have the King of Pentacles in that area as well. It's a lovely balanced energy here. The second quarter of the year just looks lovely for you. Like you're feeling powerful, you're feeling good. You may be considering new work opportunities with that King of Pentacles and the Upright and the Magician. Mostly, this is the year where it looks like you're really just leaning in on the concept of your emotional happiness being what you're pursuing as your biggest goal. Like you tried to do everything in the ways that you were told to. And the results that were yielded were like you've had to be that unfinished symphony and flexible energy. You've had to be. You've had to like be very flexible around where your hopes are taking you, where your dreams are taking you, what you're expecting out of life. I have Power, full moon with Power, which I genuinely appreciate as well. I have to admit, this looks like a very powerful year. This is a powerful card. This is a powerful card as well. The Seven of Wands is, now this can be a card of needing to fight, needing to overcome. It can be a card of struggling. It does look as if there is a potential within a work environment to overcome somebody who's kind of thwarting you because they're not a very happy person. This King of Cups energy in reverse, Seven of Wands. It causes some confusion and a little bit of conflict in your life, but you're able, like, it's a good solid year with new beginnings being hinted at the end of the year, because the fives are the energy of change. You're going to hit that, like, kind of, I want to say, autumnal slump there for a little bit as well. Meaning this energy is a little bit like being stuck in the mud for a little while. Don't resent that part. I know it can be very easy to. But it really, patience is power. Patience, particularly when it comes to magic, this energy and this energy are following each other. And I've got to tell you, patience is the most powerful energy that you can inhabit. Because it is trusting in the divine, it is trusting in yourself, it is trusting in your ability to manifest. Patience is the basis for trust in self. It is also the patience, the idea for like how to overcome anxiety. All right, I have a woman holding a heart. It's the only thing that's like looking a little bit like, ugh, to me, is that there's some like, it's almost like old lessons revisit you in the autumnal season. It's July, August, September. Difficulty making progress over the summer on an important project that you have to retool ever so slightly, because this is a prioritization card as well. Gives you, like, it launches you into the last part of the year with greater energy, with a new view on yourself as well, meaning there are challenges that you will have to meet, but it gives you a greater perspective of your own power, your own strength. Like you're starting to view yourself as somebody who can overcome the world. Now we're aware there's a little going on there. Indecision, I want one more. Happy family. Happy family is a card of often meaning somebody who has an existing family, but it's also essentially the Ten of Cups. In terms of things like romance, let's move on to that for a moment, simply because I like this energy overall. This is a very business-like energy. You're happy at the beginning of the year, you're letting some things go, you've resolved some things, you're starting over, all very apropos for like a very difficult couple of years. The Five of Cups in reverse is like being able to really take a considered view of things. It's prioritizing the right things, it's focusing on the right things. It is not like getting lost in the difficulties of the moment, it's seeing a bigger picture type of energy. King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles is just such an awesome, by the way, if this is a person you're meeting, this person is usually financially stable, somebody who's like kind of warm and indulgent, and like, because this person usually has, like, they're successful. They've established themselves. With the Magician as well, like they're a little bit captivated by you. They find you sort of enthralling. And they're kind of out to prove a fair amount. They may already have a family, but this looks very much like a long-term pairing. If you are already paired up, there's a deepening of that. It came out in this indecision, which is choices, like being a little bit torn. There's a fork in the road type of energy around that. That's in my summer months. If I'm sighing a little bit, it's only because this is making me sigh. It's making me sigh because it's a little bit like, oh no, not this energy again, lather, rinse, repeat. Remember, the universe really does kind of send us tests, and it's not to like trick us or like trip us up or anything. It's that we take a lot of time in our lives to learn lessons that are so important to our journey overall. And it looks to me as if in this particular section, which is again July, August, and September, that you're a little thwarted on a couple of fronts. Like you get a little fatigued around something. You've been leaning in, like up until then, this year is your friend. There's a lag in the summer. And it's almost like a return to some older energies. This can be a feeling of failure. I don't see it as such in the upright pretty much ever. It is a card of allowing something to have a full process. It is allowing something to take the time that it needs. It is also a card for developing patience. This is not applying too much pressure to a situation as well, and taking a new perspective on things. Here's what I think. I think your definition of what's successful changed irrevocably over the last couple of years. Like the things that you wanted, it's not that you don't want them any longer, it's just that I think you understand that there can always be outside factors, coffin and change, that can take things away. Like the best laid plans, depending on what goes wrong in the exterior world, can kind of like go to heck. So let's see. We have, ooh, I like it. Birth. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. We're going to take one more on that. Goals. Progress is positive and personal goals will be achieved. Hey, listen, with this King of Pentacles energy, boy, do I ever agree with that. It just looks like such a very powerful monetary energy. Let's go for a fortune cookie card. What's the overall energy of 2022? We're going to review the months of the year. Opportunities. Man, that card has been all over me today. A stranger is about to change your life. Exciting times and plenty of action, plus a special family reunion looks likely. This is a lot of opportunity monetarily. This clearly indicates opportunity. We have potential new relationships. Here's what I think. I think you had to let go of a difficult relationship in the past, and your relationship to relationships has pretty much changed. There is somebody in your life. It is possible you already know them, but I don't really have information surrounding that one. And remember, it's a general reading, and so there's going to be different messages for different people. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But this could be an existing relationship. Here's the thing, the weight that you put into relationships, the worth of them in your overall life has changed slightly, but in a good way. Like she who rises up, remember this has nothing to do with gender, is you're more invested in your own personal power now. You're pretty open with this person who's represented by both the King of Pentacles and the Magician, that you're like, it's not that you don't believe in love any longer. It's just that you've changed a lot around what percentage of your life it's meant to occupy. Like you want your own goals, you want your own dreams, you're pursuing your own stuff. You had to let some things go in the past. In 2022, it's just achievement with opportunities too, Jeeps. Here we go, achievement, win the award, accolade, or contract. So, group number one, so much monetary fulfillment, so much monetary achievement. I have opportunities, I have goals. Let's see what else we can get. Let's go for romance now. Let's get a romance angel to add to this. And a romance angel for group number one. What are relationships looking like in 2022 for group number one? 2022, what's the romantic energy? We've got multiple cards here too, so don't worry. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and cut it down. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. That is releasing energy from the past. We have the Lantern Oracle suggesting that confusion, that you're benefiting from lessons that you've learned. I would like one more. Can I get one more, please, for group number 1? Just fell on my foot. There it is. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Now, can that be the return of a relationship? Yes, it can. Can it just be a new person altogether? Yes, yes it can. And with this happy family energy and this birth energy, it is looking like a very positive month, particularly in the April, May, and June area. And if you're like, oh my God, that long, like if that's your reaction, I swear this is not your pile. You're really standing in your own power. That if anything, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, well, maybe. Like you've got a little bit, I don't want to say doubt, but it really is like you reprioritize self and self-care, and something perhaps about the last couple of years really taught you that if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, at the end of the day, you're always stuck with you. So that's the thing that we need to work on first and foremost in any relationship. Let's get a Making Magic card as well. Autumn. Holiday. All right. Walk away. Leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. I swear this is 2021. Autumn and holiday. The answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. I have a feeling it's something to do with this in the Magician card. Autumn. In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. I'm going to agree with that. Overall, there's excellent energy around money in this particular year for you, group number 1. Lots of opportunities, achievements. You have been healing. You might be resolving this particular energy with the Death card at the beginning here. You might be just releasing some trauma from the past. We all have it. We all have it. But the spring is when so many things are coming in here. The new love is when I would put that. You're very likely to either have the resurgence of a returning relationship, the deepening of a casual relationship, or just somebody new entirely. And I have to admit, I'm leaning pretty hard towards it's somebody coming back or it's entirely new. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And remember, star family, assistance, cooperation. You are leveling up in gifts so much around this. Let's go, let's go. That Magician's card as well. You may be studying magic, expanding magical gifts and manifestation gifts as you head again into your busiest time is going to be this April, May, and June energy. I have the Chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. That may be what you're releasing, because remember, we have this Death card. And remember, surrender is just like accepting that the divine knows what it's doing. If you do not have a relationship in your life that you've been hoping for, praying for, just like being like, but this is the one thing I want. Remember that sincerely it will come to you if it is meant for you and in the time that it is meant to. And so the best thing that you can do for your overall health and well-being is to simply release it and know that it's going to happen the way it's meant to. Get on with your healing journey. It's the easiest way to end this. The easiest way to bring in the runner is to stop chasing. Hammer, sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. I think you had to heal from codependency. Mask, not showing true feelings, hide personality, pretend, delude, and you had to heal. All right, so here's the thing. Here's your past energy. But we have a new energy of this new love coming in. So here's the past and here's the future of this. Look to have cleared everything from the past by I would say March. Like March is the last blip of you're just gonna feel younger, stronger, better. Apparently you're achieving all kinds of things. You have opportunities and goals are being met. Let's pull these up just for a moment so I can take one look at what my timeline here. Okay. Openness. I just think you have cleaned out all of your wounds here. This is an emotionally happy energy, the woman holding a heart. This is self-love, the world. This is a complete cycle. indecision, which is a crossroads, and then happy family. This is the energy I'm talking about. You have this relationship coming in with that Five of Cups in reverse, which is essentially a hidden Two of Cups. But you're just in a different space than you used to be around that. Like you're the she who rises up energy. You're the phoenix from the ashes type of energy with that. You're really moving forward. I really genuinely like this energy. But I want to, again, revisit this timeline. I clearly have to glue that down somehow when I'm working here. It's this end of year energy that's intriguing to me. I think you're making a change around business. It will allow you to rise above the competition, particularly if you're working like on your own business concern. Look for something to be planted, right, I said April, May, June. The process will take longer than you want it to. Be careful. People try to take advantage of you. You're able to hold your ground. And this is a card of, again, overcoming competition sometimes. The Five of Wands in the upright. It's a card of change. I like your energy very, very much in 2022, group number 1. Let's see, who do I want to close out with here? Let's close out with a Sacred Traveler energy. What's going on for group number 1, please? Can I get group number 1? Narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. Take all of the lessons that you have taken the time to learn with you. Here's the thing. You had a couple of cards that indicate codependency, which I'm the codependency queen. It is never ever going to be an insult. It wouldn't be from anybody else either, but codependency is a trauma response. Remember that. It's not a character flaw. It's a trauma response. You took all this time to heal from it to kind of stand in your own power. As love comes back into your life, it's like it's hard for you to make the adjustment. It's hard for you to make room for it. Valiant courage, take action with passion. I swear you're very focused on your goals, on your achievements. So love, success, overcoming some childhood difficulties, leaving things in the past, releasing old versions of yourself, healing. The unfinished symphony with flexible. Remember, there is a slightly different answer to something that's been very important to you. Openness with yourself and others. You know to ask for what you want now rather than expecting it just to come to you. Group number 1, I love the way 2022 looks for you. And it ends on a note where you're ready for change and leveling up and expansion. So particularly in business and personal achievement, boy, does 2022 just crush for you. And then in love and romance, you just don't ever want to fall back into that energy. And so you're cautious. You're cautious, and it takes somebody kind of a lot. They have to work their magic on you to make you drop your guard and let them in, which is exactly how it should be. All right, group number 1, that is your reading for 2022. Check back with me throughout the year. I will have targeted readings about particular areas of your life. This is the overall energy. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey, if you like this reading, please don't forget to subscribe. It does help my channel. Hit that thumbs up button, and if you hit the post bell notification, you'll be notified every time I post a video. I do them on a variety of subjects. Take care, be well, enjoy 2022. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. Okay, this is the Barbara Walker Tarot. We're going to be using it for a 12-card predictive spread, 3 cards for each season, each quarter of the year. We're going to get started with some oracle cards. We're going to draw some more as well. What is 2022 bringing to you, pile number 2? Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you like the reading, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And if you hit the post bell notification, you'll know every time I post a video. Let's go. All right, courthouse. That can be legal matters. It can be things being decided with official person. Already interesting energy for 2022 for group number 2, very related matters. This is something being definitively decided. I like, okay, with the Healing Chaos. This is a card for change, for transition. It is a beautiful type of change with this. There's butterflies in this particular one. It is a beautiful color balance as well. Change does not have to, change is our friend. Change is the way things get better. What are we healing? Radical self-acceptance. You are perceived the way you perceive yourself. Do not forget this. Self-love, confidence, the way you carry yourself, the way you think about yourself. This is one of the things that informs how others interact with you. Always know your own power. I have milk and honey. Well, I'm glad to see that with chopped wood. We have chopped wood and milk and honey. You're seeing a lot of return on your efforts. This could be an award. It's an achievement. Sacral portal, creativity, intimacy, inhibition. And then from the She Who deck, I have She Who Surprises. That is one of the meanings. This is the same card, essentially the same energy as the Tower. The Tower is not a bad card. It is a card of complete and sudden change. It does not just mean failure and destruction, etc., etc. It is spiritual awakening. It is clearing everything out of the past so that you can have great success. So we have some energies of change, healing chaos. Of course, we are hopefully dealing with the end of COVID throughout 2022. Here's hoping. Courthouse and official person. Listen, there's a fair amount around power structures at the very beginning of 2022. They're doing their wrangling thing. You're doing your thing with this chopped wood and milk and honey. All of your efforts just return to you so beautifully throughout 2022. Your creativity is on fire. Apparently your lust for life, like you're coming out of the gate strong here. Radical self-love and self-acceptance are yours, and then She Who Surprises, surprise, discovery, and revelation. That is another one of the meanings around the Tower, which is divine intervention. It can also mean an actual revelation. Here we go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're going to get group number 2's 2020 January, February, and March cards. January, February, and March for group number 2. What is going on in 2022, please? 2022 for group number 2. January, February, and March. Let's go. 1 and 2. Let's go. Okay. If I sound a little nervous, I'm a tiny bit nervous. It's been a couple of years of just like nonstop, like, Prince of Swords in reverse. Interesting research. The Lovers in the upright. This can be gossip. It can be people like looking at your social media. It can be people looking into you. It can be a background check for a job. The Lovers in the upright is a card of choices. It's also the card for Geminis. Please keep in mind, I don't call out the astrological implications of cards very often because I'm empathic and an intuitive reader, and it doesn't marry well with my style. Prince of Swords, Princess of Swords in the upright. Fascinating. So much communication around this, so many strong choices around this as well. You come out of the, like in the very beginning of the year, like January is a little bit like you keep to yourself, like you're doing all this work to try and build something. Like you're studying something as well, perhaps learning new technical things. You're learning a form of communication that is helpful, meaning it could be computer coding, it could be a new program, it could be something at work that allows you to expand. But you have a skill increase in the first 3 months of the year. That could be the Healing Chaos. What do I have coming in April, May, and June for group number 2? April, May, and June of 2022, please. All right, King of Pentacles. Ooh, gosh, that was in the same area in the last spread. King of Pentacles. I actually really like this deck. I admit the images are, they're very bold. They're very bold, and they bear the names of, I believe it is Indian figures from the Hindu religion. I could be wrong there, though. What else do I have here? I have the Ten of Swords. And then I have Merlin, Prince of Pentacles. This is spiritual enlightenment as well. The Ten of Swords, another one of those cards that is not well understood. The sun is always coming up in the background here because we are releasing former versions of ourselves and moving into a new energy. You've taken all the lessons that you've learned in the past. Listen, the start of the year is very, like, you are focused. You are just focused on something. There is a change coming with this healing energy and the surprise that it's around work. You will be starting a new evolution in that. You may actually be a healer. That King of Pentacles, Pentacles are about earthly matters. They're going to be about money, about health, sometimes about relationships as well. King of Pentacles can, of course, be an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. We've got some energies around that. We're going to the next part. I know, July. And I have August and September. This is actually good. Please don't, like, I know that I just, like, ground to a halt, and it's because something caught me the tiniest bit off guard. It is, quite frankly, that there is a project over the course of the summer for you that calls upon you to, like, you doubt yourself. You doubt your ability to do it. It is a new endeavor. You struggle a little bit around this because there's a challenge energy with this as well. It's this perpetual expansion around you. Like, you've gained the confidence. You did all this work so that you could, like, believe in self, gain your own milk and honey energy. The chopped wood is all the work that you've done. The Fool is, as we move into the October, November, and December energy, the Fool starts again. The Fool moves forward unencumbered by the past. 10 of Pentacles in the upright, 7 of Pentacles in the upright. I never read this card as failure. I have no idea why so many decks name it as failure. It has to be in the reverse for me to see it as something that fails. In the upright, it is a card of process. Now, this guy's looking pretty dejected, but please remember, the 10 of Pentacles is an excellent energy. It's a really good life partner energy. I don't have, well, your relationships are a little bit like it backburnered for you. Your relationship to self, your relationship to driving forward for success, like, you're just constantly trying to expand and increase. It's like you've taken up a cause. The only not awesome thing here is the 10 of Swords. And the 10 of Swords here can be about this Prince of Pentacles is kind of vanquishing a monster right outside the window. This is tagged by Merlin, Prince of Pentacles. It is one of the cards for spells. It's almost like somebody's getting theirs in the April, May, and June. Like somebody's downfall, someone who potentially crossed you, their downfall is coming to them, and you will be watching that and kind of like not reveling in it. Honestly, I don't get the sense that you're going to be like, yay, look at things going wrong for that person. Let's go for some enchanted map cards too. What's the energy? Can you give me any idea what that King of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, Prince of Pentacles energy is about? It's the only true challenge energy here. This is good creativity. This is, again, over the course of the summer. 7 of Wands, like, you're still, I'm not gonna like sugarcoat this at all. You're gonna be working hard, but it's for your own gain. Like, it's for something that you are, like, you're very invested in. And the milk and honey energy is like abundance and receiving absolutely everything. Let's go 1 and 2 and 3. And we will move on to things like personal relationships here in a moment. I don't, like, other than in the very beginning of the year, there's a potential new relationship from somebody who is a secret admirer coming towards you with, like, you'll hear from them with an electronic message. This is usually a text, an email. It can be a phone call. But, like, this particular energy, this is a very dark King of Pentacles. I guess if you've cursed anybody, they're going to get theirs. It really is like a former, I don't know if they were a partner or not. They may have been in business or it may have been in a personal respect, but like there's a downfall of somebody in that particular time. Goblins, that's being led by fear. Spirit of place. Gentle gardener, I want one more, with flying, greater perspective. Goblins are things from the past that we fear. You have overcome that, like you really mood manage very, very, very well. This is everything coming to be in divine timing, and flying is a greater perspective, being able to keep everything in perspective. Something about the last couple of years or so has just taught you incredibly good perspective. Like you don't jump or fly off the handle at all. Like if something goes wrong, you're more likely to be like, well, nobody's dying on a table, I'm sure it'll be fine, than you are to get upset any longer. Here we go. Come on, let's go. Let's get a fortune reading card. Key, new beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those to ready to let go of the past. It's almost like that's this energy. Like, it's almost like you're going to hear something about someone. This carries the tag rune with it, but it's not yours. Like you're the very powerful person here. This kind of darkish figure from the past, somebody who defined too much from you, they're like, as I said, like the energy is almost like you're watching their chickens come home to roost. And you're not celebrating it, you're not. You're too busy with your own stuff. This is a beautiful energy over here. This is a new beginning. This is, particularly in real estate, this is going to be a very, very good card. And by the way, it is potentially, like for some people, you're looking at real estate at the end of next year. Like there's an energy of this is a new home energy, this is a new home energy. The Seven of Pentacles is, for me, a process card. It just is. It is allowing things to take the time that they need to take. It is the seed card. It is starting something new and allowing the time it needs to see fruition. Now, as I said, some cards really do mark it as being about failure. And I just don't see it that way. I do read reversals. This is really interesting to me because I just realized this. All of your cards are in the upright. Like it's a very straightforward year. Your eyes are on the prize. You're able to move forward. Summer, everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. I would agree with that. This is a new position. This is an offer sometimes on a creative project as well. It's a really good creative energy. It's a very secure energy surrounding 2022. Many of the things that you've been like leaning in on and trying to develop, things will make a lot more sense in the next year. Meaning that when you put in effort on something, you're going to see it doing what it's meant to do. It will. Here's what I've got for like the last 2 years. It felt like spinning your wheels and spinning your wheels and spinning your wheels. Rest and rejuvenation, broken heart. Well, the broken heart card is sometimes healing from broken hearts. It can be healing from heartbreak. But what I was saying about the energy of the last couple of years, here we've got all this healing energy from the energy cards, is that it felt like like you're just spinning your wheels, like you were treading water, as if you're keeping your head above water, but like you never got closer to any goals. Everything was a little bit elusive. Everything took a little bit too much time. It really was as if you were being held back from all the things that you were hoping for, with a woman holding a heart. This is a connection to spirit, the temple path. Rest and rejuvenation can also be meditation. This, of course, can be COVID. Listen, here's the thing. We're not quite done. We're not quite done. There's still a little bit more to come with that, but we are resolving it, I do think, within the first, I want to say 4 months of 2022. That there will be a little bit of disruption around that, but like, as I said, you're so focused within 2022. I want to get your love cards, because if anything, one of the things you might be being reminded of here is like, don't be so single-minded. Remember, there's room for more. Whoa. Full moon power. The reason I just said whoa is the last group got exactly that card. And remember, we're a collective. And we have a tendency to be a collective of starseeds, of healers, of psychics, of magicians. like energy attracts like energy, and we're all essentially here to bring light to an ever darkening place. And so power, that's the energy I've got around this. It's just a very powerful time for you. Be careful with being a little too single-minded. Just be a little too, like, careful. Personal riches, small successes are likely now and bigger ones are on the way. Finances could improve dramatically, yep. But avoid get rich quick schemes. So this energy, that can be a new home. Personal riches as well, we've got a great deal of increase. There's something, a new beginning about a year from now that stirs up some old crap. And that's the only thing to be aware of, is that, like, you might have had to sell a home from a divorce or from a breakup, or you haven't had a home in a while. But there is this very good, strong, personal, secure energy. And as you achieve a goal, it does stir up, just there's a wee little trigger around that, and like a really small one, in which you kind of have to, I don't know, it's like a ghost of a dream. Tries to haunt your new beginning. And you just kind of don't let it, I don't think. Self-confidence, strong self-belief and a sense of self-worth with radical self-acceptance is such a powerful freaking year for you. Let's move on to some relationship stuff, just for the heck of it, just for the fun of it. Let's get a romance angel, and then we'll get some, you know what, let's do it the other way around. Because these, the Island Time Wellness cards, can be a little bit, like, they tell you what you need to heal sometimes, and it can be a little bit less than romantic and be like, oh, yay, thank you. Let's go. What do we got for group number 2? What do we have for group number 2? Okay. Cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. Remember what I said? There's a new beginning here, that it's almost like you're haunted by something from the past. That is going to be a healing challenge for you. And again, like, I think that you're a little resistant to a new relationship. Like, you won't let it take up much of your time. Goblins, fear's holding you back a little bit there. Passion, intense chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. And then I've got one more, which is date. Meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan, set a date. Okay. This is fitting a little bit because this figure is a malevolent figure from the past, and like there is some kind of like very definitive conclusion around that, in which like it's almost like it's not that there's no coming back from whatever's happening to them, it's just that you will finally be very satisfied. You're the ones, yeah, you got the official cards. It really is. It's like it's official. It's official. Something has been dealt with. Make the effort. Great love is taking the steps great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I have healing family issues. We have deception, which just kind of fell out. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Hey, y'all, I think it's you. Like, I don't mean that you're lying. I mean that your idea of being healed now is like, well, I just won't fall in love again. Like, it's fine if the other person's like super duper into me. That'd probably be ideal because I won't hurt them, but I'm never risking my heart like that. You're going to hold somebody at a distance. Religious factor, your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So, now for my people who are paired up and you're like, hey, no, I'm happily married. Remember, it's a general reading. Not all messages can apply to everybody. But for my people who have been doing all this healing, who have had to do this Phoenix from the Ashes stuff, getting rid of the old so that you can make room for the new. New beginnings and directions, adventures await for those ready to let go of the past, replaying events from the past. And I've got this echo event over here where like all these wonderful things are happening for you. And the only thing that you have to be aware of is that, like, as something rises up, it's just like I said, it's like an echo. It's just like an echo from the past. Things really pick up steam over the course of the summer. You're feeling very powerful. It's an excellent year. And as I said, Like that looks like a new home and property, and like being in a very stable and secure energy by the end of the year, which is just delightful. What else have we got going here? Do I need anybody else? Let's get a Sacred Traveler. And I'm going to take an Angel Answer card for you guys. And there's a reason. It's because this particular group is resistant to connection as a way of self-protection. But like, it's not for, like, it's not extreme isolation. It's not extreme independence, that, you know, stage of healing from codependency. Remember, I am the codependency queen. That will never, ever be an insult. Is a trauma response. Codependency, most forms of addiction are trauma response. We're incredibly hard on them. They're not character flaws. They're people in pain. All right, we have a no, and then I have a year from now. No, a year. Oh, wow, that's this energy. That's this energy. Where just as like, you're like living the dream this time next year. You are feeling successful, you are feeling wealthy, you are experiencing so much abundance, and you're really quite happy, and it scares you. And I think it's because you lost almost everything. It's because of this figure, who again, like something's happening for them in March, I'm sorry, April, May, or June, that just, it's satisfying to see on some levels, but like you're not, it's going to take you a little off guard, because I think you wanted it for a long time. I think it's a form of justice. And you've been asking for it for a long time, and when it finally arrives, like you feel weird about it. You've just got this, it's definitive though, it's definitive. I have Uncovering Treasure, Beneath the Surface Lies Great Bounty, and then I have Staying Focused, Hold the Course, and I want one more. Distant Thunder, Clear the Air. That is towards the end of the year. Listen, group number 2, such a good looking year for you. The beginning starts out, like I said, there you have, like, it looks to me like somebody's quite interested in you and approaching you around a romantic relationship at the beginning of the year. It's also possible that this could be a business offer, but somebody's coming towards you after looking into you, like they're either watching you from a distance, and it's not creepy, there's nothing creepy here. Watching you from a distance and coming towards you to like make an offer, it looks like, of a relationship. And you are very determined to not let that take up too much space within your life, within your heart, within your mind, within your soul. Eventually, like, you're gonna have to resolve to release that. You really will. One of the things that will help with that is there is this weird definitive, like, official person courthouse energy around this, because this guy is vanquishing a monster. This King of Pentacles is a very dark King of Pentacles and comes off with this really dark vibe. This is not your new person. This is somebody who, and it could be an employer, but like there's almost like a dictate around that. But you're feeling super powerful. You've learned self-love. You've healed so many things. The summer is just so much going on. You're going to lose your sense of perspective again and just drive, because you're a little overprone to that. You're a little bit, like, you can be workaholic-y. Almost everybody in my collective can be. And it's partially because you're really, really going to love the work that you're doing. So it's not for a bad reason. As I said, towards the end of the year, it really is like you're eyeing up your own home. It looks like single family. I'd usually get like a 3 of Pentacles by that for a multifamily. But like you're in a very secure energy. And the only thing is that it like stirs up an old fear or something that you're going to lose everything, and you're not. You do actually overcome it. It's your success. I think this is the only time I'm ever gonna, because I just don't agree with this interpretation. For me, failure is gonna be like the 5 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles only in reverse. There's a couple other ones that are about failure, but the 7 of Pentacles in the upright is just not for me. It stirs up a fear. that you will fail and that you will lose everything. And I think it's because many things changed and it was not your choice. Excellent, excellent year, particularly around business, particularly around like learning how to believe in your own power. More people will believe in you. There's a lot of success around this. The beginning of a new relationship causes some fears. You're gonna have to like make the determination to allow this person in, to allow yourself to emotionally invest. You're just a tiny bit too guarded. You got that deception card from the romance angels because like I think you've told yourself that you're going to focus on other things essentially for the rest of your life. That is not the divine plan for you. You have a divine pairing. It will be coming in for you. It will be taking the place that is meant to within your life. Allow it to. Don't fight it. But remember, like you're never going to be forced to have a relationship you don't want. Whenever I start talking about this, someone in the comments invariably is like, but I've decided never. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Then it's obviously not your message. It's okay if you don't want a relationship. Even if you have a divine pairing, listen, if that is truly part of your path, then it's not going to be part of your life. Meaning that it's not going to impede upon you. It's not going to infringe upon you. You don't need to worry about it. That said, there are so many wonderful energies around establishment of self here, and you don't realize this at this time, but you have started viewing relationships as being potentially diminishing to you. You're different. Your relationships will be different. All that, radical self-acceptance, self-love, all the lessons that you learned, all of the time that you took to heal, that period of stasis where it felt like nothing ever happened, nothing ever occurred, it was leading you to this part of your life where everything will happen and you needed to be the best and the strongest version of yourself. 2022 looks amazing for you, group number 2. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Happy New Year. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading. Let's put this guy over here. Okay, we've got the Tarot of the Trees bringing you a 12-card predictive spread, 3 for each season. Let's get going with some oracle cards. The energy here is toil and labor, very work-focused with concern. Concern, toil and labor. Okay, let's find out. I think that you're going to be very focused on like producing something in 2022. You're very, like, you've got that spark around you too. Wonders, yep. All right, I have from the Lantern Oracle, I have Lantern. Consciousness is light. All right, so I attract a lot of light workers. I attract a lot of healers. I attract a lot of readers. I attract a lot of people who can manifest, people who have a role to play in this ever-darkening time, bringing light to those who need it into a world that is ever darkening. You have a lot of work to do. It's a little bit, you're going to feel called to do a lot. I have deep knowing. Oh my goodness. Observer, deep knowing. I should always just reverse those because I always end up doing it. Observer, deep knowing. I think that you are simply one of those people who knows. Like you have this deep, abiding knowing about things. Your intuition is more and more on point as you get like more and more comfortable with the idea of your personal power. I have solar portal, being centered, balancing power and manipulation. Listen, manipulation comes out with this not because this is a particularly manipulative energy, but because the solar plexus is one of the chakras that helps us manifest. And then I have from the She Who deck, She Who Creates. I'm telling you, you're on fire. You're on fire creatively in the year 2022. If there's something you've been trying to achieve, oh my goodness, you are ready to, you're just, it's like you're on Red Bull, like throughout the course of the year in terms of making things happen, in terms of seeing things come into be for you. I love this wonders energy. I love the concern and then the toil and labor. Listen, I think it is concern for others. I don't think it is something that's concerning in your life. She Who Creates, creativity, originality. Okay. And the solar plexus is the thing that makes things happen. Wonders is a card for miracles as well. Let's get going for group number 3. What have we got for the first months of the year for January, February, and March? Okay. I like this deck. It is a little oddly proportioned, and so it's a little challenging to shuffle. All right, 2 Pentacles in reverse. At the beginning of the year, I've been seeing that. It is a weird month. Like nothing is happening for a while at the beginning of it, and then everything is happening at the end of it. I have the 8 of Cups in the upright. I have the Moon in reverse. Clarity about what you are seeking is coming to you at the beginning of the year. There is some disruption at the beginning of the year. That 2 of Pentacles is like kind of like missed opportunities, sometimes balls being dropped, but also the need to focus on one thing at a time. It is also prioritization. I have a little bit of energy at the beginning of the year where there are some restraints, like around what we can do, what we can see, where we can go. I do think that there is, I do think it will be resolved within the first 4 months or so, where we'll finally be able to move forward in life again. All right, Knight of Pentacles, we're moving on to the April, May, and June area. Knight of Pentacles is that work. It is, you're so work focused. Like you're just very achievement oriented. Let's find out what else is going on there. With the King of Cups in reverse, okay. Be careful, don't drain yourself. What else have we got there? Can I keep going here? Okay, there we go. The inverted tree is actually the Hanged Man in the upright. Boy, there is a new perspective on your past in this period. Things that used to really drain you, take it out of you. Like nothing's gonna break your stride type of energy around this. You have focus on all things material, all things, like it's purposeful though. It's not just like, I'm working like a drone for the corporate man. It is your journey is coming into fruition. Your perspective on the past and the things that made you unhappy, and I think even the things that you wanted, has changed tremendously. Like there's something that didn't come to you that by that period, and it could be a relationship, because there's like this, like you're very glad something didn't work out. Like you have gratitude around like something that has chafed you in the past, something that you kind of fought against. Can we go into the next period, which is July, August, and September? July, August, and September, please. Okay. 3 Cups in the upright, 4 Pentacles in the upright, King of Pentacles in the upright. Boy, there's a lot of people around you in the fall. You're gonna have to keep your guard up. This is a card for success. This is a good card for business. There's just so much going on with development for you. If you've had a passion project, if you've been having something that you've been trying to make succeed, like its year is 2022 is the year, 2022 is the year. It will become clearer in the beginning months of the year with this moon energy in reverse. It's just, it's like it's building up speed as you move throughout the year. There's so many people around you in that summertime energy that like you have to make sure to ground and shield. This is a grounding and shielding energy. It's almost like people want a piece of you. You're very stretched thin and you have to be very careful with your energy. You really are being told that the success that is coming to you, like you're just gonna have to have a good strong practice around self-preservation, self-sustaining energies. What else have we got here? 9 of Wands in the upright, more cards about boundaries. The Hermit. This is shedding light on things, looking for the truth of a situation. It's soul searching. It is also healing. And then I have the Roots card in reverse. You're the one group I'm going to take one more on. Queen of Cups in reverse, and that's the Intuition card. That is what I thought. You're getting back to your basics in many things. It is really, it's interesting. You're going to start out the year like chomping at the bit and being held back a little bit by some circumstances. Consciousness is light. It really is like you finally, it's like you feel like you have answers. You feel like you have answers that you've been looking for a while around why things had to go the way they did. You're going to be glad that something did not work out. You'll take a new perspective on it. In the summer, like this is beautiful energy. You are someone who is the focus of others. You are successful with this King of Pentacles energy. That's a very monetarily secure energy as well. Can be, you know, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, but this is not, like, I'm not calling out astrological implications here. This does not appear to be, this is your overall energy versus, it's going to be interesting when we get to personal relationships, because thus far, I don't have a lot of news on that. Now remember, that is not the worst thing, particularly when you have that solar plexus card. It's because you can manifest. And a lot of the times people who can do magic and who can manifest, particularly without meaning to, which is something I can do. Like, I have to be very careful about what I focus on, like even just thinking about it, because like stuff just happens. And so I don't get any real personal details any longer, because whenever I do, I apparently I start breaking things because I focus on them. And so, like, I've been told very clearly by my guides, like, hey, quit looking for your own personal answers. It's like, okay, well, this is what I'm meant to do for other people. And there's like 1 or 2 people now who can read for me when I'm really up a creek. Attachment, 6th chakra, Archangel, Metatron. It's almost like you're a conduit as well. Community, yep. Journey, I'm gonna get one more, yin yang, which is balance. Oh my goodness, you are living in your purpose so strong here. You are, like, your focus on self, it's not that you like have forgotten how important you are and self-love and all that other stuff. It's like, and I don't mean to be reductive or dismissive by saying all that other stuff, but it really is, you're enjoying yourself at a level that you haven't. You're seeing the rightness, the purpose, all the things that like came before that were so frustrating to you. Like, you see the need for them, and you're grateful for some things that held you back in the past because like you're finally ready. And then attachment to the divine is essentially what this is saying. This is you being able to channel. Community, journey, and yin yang. Now for the people who are like, yeah, I'm not a reader, why would I care about channeling? That's not all that channeling is. When we're living in our purpose, when we're divinely guided, we get downloads. It's a download for the community to increase your progress with this journey card. The yin yang card, this is one of the cards for divine pairing. Let's go ahead and get a fortune reading card. Nothing on personal relationships so far, and it'll be hilarious to see what your freaking romance angels cards are just going to say, because I have a feeling you're the group that, remember, I am codependent as can be. I had to take a lot of time to recover from it as well, and that is another reason that you might not be given details on your personal relationships. Because here's what codependency is. It is a form of addiction, but it is also usually born from something called complex post-traumatic stress disorder, in which people go for routines towards compulsions to try and feel safe. Is a safety-seeking thing. It is very related to anxiety disorders, in which if we think we know the answers, we think we're safe. And so people get a little hyper-focused on things, and you will likely always be able to get readings on your career, on your health, on your path, but you may be one of those people, and God knows I am, that you're not allowed to know about your romantic pairings, because when you do, you get hyper-focused on it. And then you don't mean to, but you turn towards compulsion, because it's very, when you struggle with an addiction towards relationships, which is what codependency is. And again, codependent over here, you have to be hypervigilant around maintaining a process that has nothing to do with not being allowed to have relationships, by the way. It is just being vigilant about keeping things within a healthy perspective and in a healthy energy. If you have recovered from codependency and you're like, I cannot get a relationship reading that means a darn thing, it is not a punishment, and it is not that your readers suck either. What it is your higher self. It is you, trying to protect you from your own, I don't want to say failings because they're not, but vulnerabilities. In order to not slip backwards into a compulsive kind of energy, you may not be getting answers on your personal relationships. Goals. Progress is positive and personal goals will be achieved. And then moon. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. Group number 3. I have a feeling I am not going to get a ton on your personal relationships. And by the way, if your response to that is boo, 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 hiss, that is one of the reasons that you might want to like lean into the, okay, I can accept that. Because you know what it means? It means something's trying to come to you. And particularly when, here's the thing. The reason that OCD, which is an obsessive compulsive disorder, is related to CPTSD is, again, it is compulsively seeking safety. And you can get a little compulsive around things. People who can manifest with the solar plexus energy, what are we doing when we do that? We are compelling reality. It is a great gift when your guides are like, no, we want this for you so much, we're not even going to tell you anything. Just know that like the only information you're going to be getting is that you're not going to be getting any information, and that does mean that it's for a good reason. Accept it, embrace it. Use tarot for other parts of your journey, for healing, for progress, for business development, for spiritual enlightenment, to help others and to help yourself. In your relationships, because if you have been recovering from codependency, in your relationships, it is probably best not to get readings on them, except for like, hey, I just met this person, how's this going to go? Remember, overinvestment too soon is also a problem for people who are recovering from codependency. It is something to be vigilant around. Success is all over you. Yep, you've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve this situation. You can do it. Taking one more. Debt paid off. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. Hey, please notice the word habit. As I said, whenever I have to like convey a message that people don't want to hear, like I understand it. But remember, it is 1,000% not. Oh, girl, nothing can ever be more than 100%. It is 100% not a punishment. It's a gift. It is a gift for your guides to be like, you know what? We want you to be better. We want you to have love. We want you to have every expansive and beautiful thing in your life. So we're not going to tell you about this area of your life. It is a door that we decided to close, and we didn't decide to close it without your input. This is when something happens for your highest good. Not all things do, by the way, but when something happens for your highest good, all that means is your higher self has intervened on your behalf. And that's what's dictating that. I have released your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And I want one more on this. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Well, within 2022, I think that is going to be the information that you are going to get on this. But we will go ahead and we'll get some Island Time Wellness cards as well to see what else is coming up. Then we'll get some fortune cookie cards and a making magic card. Please don't take that as a punishment. It isn't. It genuinely isn't. It means that what's coming to you is so real and authentic that there's a part of you and your guides and the divine itself that says, you know, just let this play out. Don't look for all the answers ahead of time. You're taking away your joy trying to find your safety. And it's too easy to fall back into destructive habits and destructive patterns. So if that is an area of your life that has been closed off, know that A, you are the person who decided that, and B, it has nothing to do with cutting you off from tarot. You will be allowed to have guidance. It just won't be about this particular area of your life. There may be situations in the future that will still allow for things, but know that this is clearly a codependent energy. We have the Sword and the Rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. Please view this as the gift that it is. I have abundance. Keep a positive manifest exactly what you want. That's why. Exactly what you want. When you get the details around something, you start forming a picture and you can mind manifest. And so you're being denied them, and it is actually a tremendous gift because addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block and restraint. Okay, so group number 3, it's a good year for love for you. It genuinely is. Don't think that it's not simply because you got the no more answers in that area for you. You can get as many other answers and as got much guidance as you need. But when it comes to relationships, you might not be using tarot for the best reasons or for your healthiest outcomes. And remember this, all that means is that your divine pairing is coming to you. Not a karmic lesson, not somebody who needs to cross your path, not a dating relationship where you want to leave before the salad, the real deal. But it's been sealed off for you because you are codependent and it is a form of addiction, and you will fall back into potentially being hyper-focused, potentially compulsively getting readings and stirring up old energies. A door got closed because you're free of the past. You're not being punished for it. You'll have a love that is strong enough that you won't need those answers ahead of time. Burnout. Your hard work will see results, but your health needs to be maintained. Workaholic Collective, listen to me. When you're compulsive about anything, you can be compulsive around work. Take good care of yourself. So check in with your doctor, dentist, and health professional and try to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And then we want one more surprise. A disappointment will be followed by a pleasant surprise. An invitation could bring love to those searching. Your love life is going to be a surprise to you. Again, I beg of you not to view that as a punishment. It's just simply not. As much as you think you might want to know, remember the most wonderful things in your life came out of nowhere. The divine is trying to help give you a beautiful surprise. Let it. And then prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. Group number 3, boy, that is your energy, your energy, your energy. The past is gone. You're being released from it. You're being held back from self-destructive patterning around potentially compulsively getting readings around what looks like a very strong relationship. 2022 is the year of wonders for you. Your ability to focus and see for your path is amazing. Wonders, deep knowing, and observer. Concern and toil and labor. Listen, the concern is you get hyper-focused. You just kind of do. She who creates. Group number 3. It's weird because as a tarot reader, it's like, well, most people want to know about relationships. Not necessarily. Most people want to know about their healing journey, about what's coming up in work, what to expect. And what you can expect is a real and a true love, apparently. But don't expect to get a lot of clear readings on it. And you need to know something. Like if you're like, but no, I go to this other reader and she gives me all the details. Do not be surprised if they do not work out the way the readings are revealing. If your guides, in conjunction with your higher self, that is just you at a different point in time, the part of you that can see all points of time, has decided that for the health of your relationships, for the health of your overall well-being, it is not an area that you should dwell on with tarot. Instead, take all the lessons that you've learned, all the work that you've done, and have a beautiful relationship. You've earned it. So much is coming to you. You're an incredibly powerful person. She who creates, consciousness is light, solar portal. Being centered, balancing power, and then manipulation, which is just another way of saying the ability to create. Group number 3, what a beautiful, beautiful looking year for you. Enjoy 2022. Happy New Year. If you want to book me for a private reading, don't forget there's a link to my website in the description box down below. And apparently you're only ever going to get basic details around relationships as in one's coming. Not when, not who, what they're likely to be like. Some things are meant to be discovered. You did a lot of work to heal. Enjoy that healed energy and enjoy the delight, the surprise of passion and of love that you didn't know was coming. Take care, be well, enjoy 2022. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 4, then this is your reading. Let's put this guy over here. Untitled Tarot is going to be bringing you a 12-card predictive spread, 3 cards for every 3 months of the year. So 4 quarters. Let's go, let's go. Let's see what your oracle cards are like. Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you like the reading, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you hit the post bell notification, then you'll know every time I post a video. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Bad health and lovers. Listen, the year's starting out a little rough. I think we're all expecting that at this particular point. I think it will likely be resolved. Lovers are about choices, but it's also about love relationships sometimes. Let's go with patience. So of course, my poor patience. My collective of like, I attract a lot of light workers. Is the narrative around light workers correct? No, not exactly. It's allegorical. Patience is the most powerful energy you can possibly inhabit. When you have patience, you have everything. Because you believe in yourself, you believe in your power, you have the patience to allow things the time they need to take, because sometimes, you know what? It takes a little while to bend reality. I have the unknown, knowing the unknown, of course, that's my collective as well, with imagine and yang. Interesting, very powerful energy. I have sanctuary, healing and comfort, faith and restoration. Well, your energy cards are awesome, just absolutely awesome. You're very powerful. That patience is a powerful energy as well. It is patience and faith and belief, and essentially patience is peace, and peace offers no resistance. The less resistance we offer to anything that we're trying to manifest, the more likely we are to see fruition of our efforts in a timely fashion. Did if I just like really stumbled, it's because somehow your She-Who card got left over on the side, and I don't want to forget it here. She who hesitates, ponder, delay, and confidence. All right, what are you struggling with, group number one? It's the only thing that I've got. The only thing that I've got that's a little bit of a like, pay attention to that. She who hesitates, ponder. Don't get caught in that energy. Let's go for the first 3 months of the year for group number one, please. As usual, I'm on my feet so much when I read. And by the way, I do that in real life. It can really freak out my real life clients when I'm just like I stand almost the entire time. Prince of Pentacles in the upright. I'm sorry, Prince of Pentacles in reverse. Princess. Yeah, the beginning of the year, it does not come out of the gate roaring to go. We've got a couple of stumbling blocks to get over again. I have the High Priestess in reverse. I have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. So the beginning of the year, you are like allowing things to take the natural course. You're not forcing anything. Do know that January is just, it's not the world's most happening month for you, but you understand why. And you're willing to be patient on a process that needs to see fruition. There are delays within a structure that keep something from seeing, like you might be submitting forms to a governmental situation and it takes a while to get a return on them. Everything's got a slight delay around it. Ace of Pentacles in the upright. This is going to be April, May, and June. Seven of Wands in the upright with the Eight of Swords in the upright, which is interference in this particular, not having a path forward. Something that you're working on gets blocked by it's like procedural. Something just gets a little bit prevented by like a breakdown in a structure of some kind. So everything that you're doing just takes a little bit more time at the beginning of the year. For the first 6 months or so, particularly like if you've been trying to buy a foreclosure or something, like it just takes or I'm sorry, short sale, it just takes forever for things to be approved. Put your patience pants on. Put your patience pants on for the beginning of the year and see what comes after that. This is going to be July, August, and September. Nine of Cups, Chariot in reverse, the Empress in reverse. Okay, good. The Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. It is 100% about manifesting as well. It's receiving. It's called the Genie card as well. The thing that is going to be stalled for the first half of the year, and again, it appears to be like trying to achieve a milestone of some kind. it's the path is blocked, but it's cleared up by June, at which point, like there's an end to interference and a solution is presented to you with that Empress in reverse. Two of Pentacles in the upright, I have the Eight of Pentacles in the upright, and I have the Emperor in the upright as well. It's a card for Aries. Excellent finish to this year. Oh my goodness. If you have been trying to make a change in, if you're like a manager at work or something, you're trying to make a change in procedures, know that you get a lot of resistance, but you don't let it stop you. There's this persevering energy around that, where you just keep going and you are undaunted and undeterred throughout the course of the year. Good money year. Don't have a lot of windfall luck around that, although this could be a grant. Everything that you have been doing this year has been very purposeful in aiding the process for next year. She who hesitates, I'm telling you, there's this energy of it takes till June to get something out of the gate, something that you're working on, something that you're hoping around. It's a little blocked. It does appear to have something to do with work. Know that this is showing that July, August, and September are an excellent energy. Follow the leader. I think you're the leader. Wide open. Sad embrace. Don't worry about that. Remember, I don't read these in reverse. I don't read any any oracle cards in reverse. Intention, I want one more. Protecting treasure. Okay. Interesting energy for you, group number 4, because there's something you very much want in a professional capacity. There are challenges and roadblocks along the way that feel super personal. And like every time it happens, it's like you can look back and find the ways in which you've learned how to overcome the obstacles that are in your way. They're overcome by, again, July, and like early in July as well. Like the year transforms for you at the half mark. And it's not that it's bad before then, it is just that you are, like, a lot of things that haven't made sense to you are going to make tremendous sense in terms of why did that have to happen this way? Why did it have to happen that way? And you're going to find out that there's been good reasons for every delay. You've been learning skills that will come in. It's like you have to argue for something. Like you really have to fight tooth and nail. This is in a work setting. Just to do, like, you see potential in something, you have your dreams coming true around it, but you have to stay the course. You have to stay the course on something. Carrying connections, the garden and the gate, financial constraints. This is something to do with this, like, obstacles that you can't get past. Angel of love, cornucopia, that's a wish fulfillment card, and then door to value. I am telling you. You are able to achieve something that changes the landscape around you, but you need to walk into it knowing this will not be an easy mission. My son and I used to play a game called Jumanji, and one of the cards was in it. It was based after the original movie. It was, this will not be an easy mission. Monkeys slow the expedition. You got monkeys on your expedition. You just have monkeys on your expedition. Kind of lean in, prepare. It's going to be that type of year, but like so many things make sense afterwards. And you've had to learn patience. It has not been a choice, it has been a necessity. Here we go. What else do I have? I clearly have carrying connections, which is potential pairing up for people. If you are looking, people are looking for you with that carrying connections and angel of love. For some people, you've been waiting for a partner to come in. They're working on their own stuff and, like, I think have had to resolve some difficulties with their own finances. You may not know them yet, but like the garden and the gate is being held back. It can be like remaining in one place because you believe it is safe, you fear loss, and so you haven't allowed new people in. But this cornucopia and door to value, like everything lovely is coming to you, particularly in a work capacity. Resilience, yep. All right, and then I'm going to take one more for you guys. I've got nourishment. Okay, so group number 4. Particularly in trying to achieve things, there is this strange kind of like, the year ends beautifully with you in this position of power, having everything that you want, being like essentially like you've got money, you've got respect, you've got the accolades, you've got the achievement, but know that you will quite simply have to also decide to be determined. And remember, this resilience card also kind of speaks to things that try and get in your path. As you try to achieve this, like you're going to have to remember that there's more to life than trying to get stuff done. You have this energy over here, wide open, sad embrace, and intention with protecting treasure. Don't hyper-focus. Don't hyper-focus. And remember, every setback is purposeful, and it is not the end of anything. Keep telling yourself things are going to work out because they're going to. Interesting start to the year. Interesting, slow start to the year for you. Health looks quite good for you, by the way. As I said, it will really look like something just can't happen. And it's important to you. It likely is within a career situation versus a personal situation. That will all change over the course of about 3 weeks, starting at the end of May, moving through about June 17th or so, when like things just fall into place. Debt paid off, the old weight and habit of debt is lifted from your life. There's something to do with money here. There just is. Flower power. Spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. Ground. Self-care. Do not forget about maintaining your health. It's just a very important part of this. This resilience card, you're going to need to be strong around something that you're trying to achieve and accomplish. For people working in a master's degree, or you know what I've got here? One of the things I've got is waiting for a PhD to your doctorate, your thesis to be approved. And like I said, there's a delay around a structure that will do that. By the end of the year, like by the time you're ringing in 2023, you're you've got boss energy, serious boss level energy, the person who rules everything, the emperor, that personal power, the wisdom, the ability to make strong decisions. Many lessons have been learned. You're in this wonderful state of balance. The last part of the year is phenomenal. The start is very slow. This particular area is a lot of like effort, belief in self, resilience, and a lot of like things pushing back, like things almost preventing progress. Love surrounds all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. Hey, listen, very obvious there. With this, I have personal connections, and then I have the door angel of love with cornucopia and door to value. It is likely for those of you looking for a connection, and if you're not, remember this is a general reading. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I've got life partner energy around this. Like the ability to connect with somebody again in a way that, like it's everything. It's balanced, it's respectful, it's powerful. Can it be just a friendship connection? Of course it can be. I don't think it is. I really don't. The caring connections and the angel of love, yeah, difficult times. Be on your guard against chaos or unforeseen perils or emotional upheavals are foretold. I agree with that, and I think I've already gone into that. It clears up by mid-year. Just keep telling yourself there's a reason for this and it will pay off. Property, a property purchase or sale for many, but heed security concerns in any transaction. This is a property energy as well. I don't have it reflected down here, but it does look like the housing market will open up once again within 2022 towards the back half. Don't know if that means a bubble's popping or what's happening, but it does appear that I've gotten a lot of real estate cards. In this read. There's going to be a lot more possible financially for you going forward. There's just a very strong, successful energy as well. And then the door to value with cornucopia, just like I'm not even sure it gets any better than that. Here we go. Let's get a Making Magic card, and we'll get a Sacred Traveler card as well. Air, work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. Interestingly enough, that's part of what I keep seeing around this difficulty, this stopgap, this like, I can't make progress, the need to be resilient is there. Air is about research, it's about facts, it's about communication. Don't give up. If one person tells you no, then move on to the next. If you're moving within a structure where it's like, it's just hard to, like, it's like you have to have approval on things. And it's like a sea of no until you like reach the top and you get that strong yes. Patience will bring you rewards on that. Yang is a card of like, that's almost the same energy as the Emperor. Throughout the year, you are called upon to really see yourself as a leader of others, to really see yourself as the person who can get things done. You will be hesitant around that because like you don't like the idea of being a leader. You're like, oh gosh, can't we just find somebody else, please? Because I would prefer to be reading a book. You're very self-contained. And you're going to be called upon to rise into an energy that allows you to speak loudly and as a center of attention type of thing. You need to take the lead in something. All the lessons that you learned over the last couple of years will come to that. Traveling lightly, simplify your life. I want this breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand. And I want one more on this. Embracing enthusiasm, shout to the heavens with happiness. Interesting energies, traveling lightly, simplify your life, huh? Don't stress small things. Don't definitively throw in any towels. Try every avenue. You will break through, and the end result on this is just wonderful. A project that's so important to you, it is like, at first it can't go anywhere because nothing appears to be able to go anywhere within that time period. Afterwards, however, it looks as if so many things are kind of coming into focus after some anxiety, because it's a card for anxiety as well. Some doubt holding you back. You really will get discouraged mid-year or so. It will not just be about you. It's going to be about like I almost want to say a structural problem around you, like the structure that you work in. There's always a way with this. There's always a way. I have almost nothing on families for any of these groups. It's got to be a very personal power centered year. I just realized that actually. Okay. Follow the leader. That's you. You don't want to be one. Sad embrace, intention, protecting treasure. This is a disappointment, but it is actually followed by a victory. That's something that you need to know about 2022, is that the beginning of it, the start of it, the first 6 months or so, it's not that like, and by the way, remember, other things will happen as well. There will be reasons to rejoice. There will be fun times. There will be all kinds of, like, it's a good energy overall around this. It's just something keeps trying to, like, you know, slam on the brakes and tell you that you're not able to do something. Be resilient. Keep going forward. Sanctuary, healing and comfort, faith, restoration. Something that you thought you're losing on, you eventually went on. And this may not make sense to you right now, but it will at the time. And you just really need to dig deep to find your focus, to find your belief in self, to find your belief in all things, quite frankly. Let's go ahead and we're going to grab the romance angels, which I've momentarily misplaced. To the extent, oh, there they are. If you could see what it looks like, I have like carts with cards, and I'm always surrounded by so many cards. Here we go. Let's get going for group number 4. What's coming up in personal relationships? Enough with that like energy that is so much about achievement and work and accomplishment and feeling powerful, and like God, the amount that you're going to want to celebrate here when you finally win, because it's an innovative solution and you're one of the key figures in it. It's just figuring things out. Chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you, and I want one more. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Here's the thing. I think that you have a serious potential for a long-term relationship. For whatever reason, you've lost a little bit of faith in the idea of relationships. And remember, you'll never be forced to have a relationship. If you decide to be single, the divine is not going to make you do anything. But there is, through the course of this kind of battle, because this is a little bit of a battle, there's somebody that you gain a lot of respect for. And there's romantic potential there. Like they're the opposite of a naysayer. They're a little bit of a water carrier. And they are very, very encouraging, and you form a bond. And it looks to me like you can take that. Oh, here we go. Oh, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. That is an overthinking card as well. Let's go and see what we've got after this. The Dragonfly. Be lighthearted. Finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. Want one more on this. Stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. I don't agree with that quite. But I have seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. Okay, let's talk about this a little bit. These are your fears, and it's caused by the past. Something new is trying to come to you. And by the way, if you're happily paired up, if you're in a relationship, if you've been dating somebody for 6 months, is it possible that there will be a breakup? Sure. I didn't see anything about that. If that is your description, then go more with the professional things that have been outlined here. But for others, don't let your past hold you back from your future. Don't let your past pain prevent your future pleasure, okay? So group number 4. I actually really like the look of 2022 for you. She who hesitates, don't be that person. Sincerely believe in yourself. This protection energy with the patience, it will come to you. Everything that you need to have happen is going to have happen. Imagine power, the unknown, knowing the unknown. Bad health, the beginning of the year is a little bit rough due to a couple of outside factors. I don't see any bad health. Please take very good care of yourself, sincerely. Eat very well, respect your need to rest. It is an interesting and it is a busy and it is a challenging year coming up for you. But at the end of it, you're going to feel like you are a foot taller and as if you can bench press a Volvo, because you will know your own power, you'll know your own strength. You will have found that being resilient is one of your superpowers. You will overcome everything that's in your path. And it looks like you're being given an opportunity to have real and lasting love. Don't fear it. Remember, the past only repeats. If we have a relationship with the exact same person, whoever's coming is different, and you're different too. Allow joy and expansion to come into your life in 2022. It looks like an awesome year, with this time next year being one of the most successful times of your life, group number 4. Take care, be well. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below, and I would love a chance to read for you in real life. Take care, be well. Happy New Year.